Hi guys, Mike from McProgramming.org, and finally we're going to get to the coding, so let's go. So when we get our installation of Laravel, it comes with a home page that displays Laravel 5 to the home screen. So how is that happening? Let's go take a look. We're going to go into our app directory, HTTP, and then let's go to our routes folder. And what a routes folder is it takes care of any route within our application. For example, let's write example.com/, and this slash is the home directory to this website. So think of this as when we have a route that makes a GET request to the home directory, we're going to execute this anonymous function, which returns a view welcome. And that welcome view is what returns Laravel 5, and I'll show you that in a minute. But inside of our routes.php is where we can define if we want a blog, if we want a login, anything like that we can explicitly write inside of our routes.php. So I'm going to get rid of this for now just to give us some space. So let's backtrace through this route right here to show you how welcome is displayed to the screen. So we have a route that has a GET request to the home directory, and now we have an anonymous function, and what that does is it's going to return a view called welcome. So what we want to do now is we want to go to the resources folder, and inside of there we're going to go into views, and we have a welcome.blade.php, which is a HTML file. We come into here and we have Laravel 5, and that's what's displayed to the user. So that's just a basic template that comes packaged with Laravel, just to give you a little bit of an example file for one, and for two, just so you have something to know that it successfully is working. So let's make our own route real quick. Let's say route get, and I'm going to call this contact, so a contact page, and I'm going to have a function, and let's just return a view, and we will return a contact view. So save that out. Let's go back to resources, and I'm going to create a new view. Let's call this new file, and I'm going to call it contact.blade.php. And we'll talk about Blade a little bit later, but notice that we don't have to write .blade.php. Laravel already knows that this is going to be the extension to the page that we're requesting. So I created a view, contact.blade.php, so let's create that. And inside of here, let's just make some boilerplate HTML, and I'm going to write out, let's just say, contact page. Alright, save that, and we're going to save our route. Now let's go back to the browser and type in contact after our URL. And we get contact page. Cool. So let's go back to our Sublime text, and this time I'm going to route this through a controller instead of having a function. So how will that look? Let's get rid of all this, and let's set up, I'm just going to set up a pages controller, and then we need to say the method in that pages controller that's going to be called. So for now I'm just going to say @contact. So the logic behind this statement right here is we have a route that takes in a GET request to the contact page, and it's going to go to the pages controller and look up the contact method and run that method. And that method will return the view for contact, and it can throw in any type of data that it needs from the database or any data that you may need to pass in, or it could just do a simple return view such as in this function. So let's create that pages controller real quick. Up here, let's clear this out, and we're going to do PHP artisan make controller pages controller, and I'm going to make it plain because I'm not making a resource route just yet. Let's go back, And let's go into the controller that we just created, which is pages controller, and let's create the function. So it's public function contact. Alright, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to return a view, which is contact. And you're going to be able to see that this is just going to return the same thing, and in the next go around I'm going to start passing data through. Alright, so let's go back here, save it, and it does the same thing. And just to show you that it does do the same thing, let's change up our contact page a little bit. Contact page 2. Save. Alright, so that's the basic flow. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can start passing data into our controller and then into our view. So join me in the next tutorial and we're going to take this a little bit deeper.